We will persist, we will resist, and we will insist for change. We will collectively gather and create resources. We will share, we will encourage, we will inspire. We will collectively remember. We will collectively be reminded of what unites us opposed to what divides us. And what unites us all is an intrinsic human pursuit of happiness. It is intrinsic to the human experience to always withhold and preserve your pursuit of happiness, however you define it to be, without infringing on someone else's pursuit of happiness. Because where my pursuit of happiness directly, intentionally interferes with another person's direct pursuit of happiness is where mine needs to be redefined. My pursuit of happiness is mine. It is not contingent on diminishing anyone else's. Happiness is meant to be shared and not taken. It is not meant to be conquered or commodified in any capacity. Happiness is in the simplest, most still moments in our lives, and also in the most boisterous, energetic moments of our lives. And that's the nuance of happiness, that it is beautiful. All these different minority groups, what people don't realize about the minority groups is that there's so much diversity. And diversity is not just a physical thing. There are different layers of diversity. Our diversity is our uniqueness. And what makes us different is also what strengthens us and links us together. Just like a symphony. You have your treble, you have your bass, you have your flutes, your woodwinds, and the instruments are so diverse, but they all have their individual designated moments to shine in and of themselves, and also their moments to complement the other instruments. So what I am trying to say is, when one group is strengthened and acknowledged and granted the God-given liberties and free will intrinsic to the human experience, when one group has that ability, it is by default easier for another minority to gain that ability. And likewise, it is also the comparative of how a minority can lose it. When freedoms are taken away from one minority, it is easier, I'm stating the obvious here, but I really want this to hit. It is easier to take those liberties and freedoms away from another seemingly unrelated minority. But do not be deceived, because we are all connected. Don't feel confused. Don't feel discouraged. Don't feel like you're alone. Don't feel like you're the part of the only group affected, because there were so many groups affected and so many groups that don't even realize they've been affected. You are amazing, and you are going to do amazing things. This is only the beginning, and you will find people that understand what has happened and have experienced it also. And then also, they are interested in proactively making steps for a change and to prevent further impact to their group, and not only their group, but other groups. This is a presentation of diabolical exertion of power, is how I see it. You have a voice, you have free will, you have resources. Now you have to be curious, and you have to find your resources, and you have to find a network and build a network. But don't you feel discouraged, not for 1 second. So do something to make yourself happy. Do something to bring joy to someone else. You want to be informed, but you don't want to be submerged in what is happening right now. You have to consider your state of happiness is directly correlated with productivity. So stay happy. Look to create happiness for yourself. And it's still the small things. And it's still there.